Hello and welcome to Spoiler Alert, where I review how something was that isn't yet. Arrow has been one of my favorite live-action narrative shows, basically being what DC wishes its movies could be, so I'm really looking forward to Season 3. For those who don't know, the last two seasons were about how billionaire playboy Oliver Queen got stranded on a polar bear-free version of the island from Lost, where he learned to be as good an archer as Hawkeye while actually being the main character. He returns to his home Starling City years later and starts to enact the sort of class warfare against the corrupt rich that is usually only heard of when Republicans mention Obama. Last season ended with Oliver losing his family fortune and gaining another similarity to Batman in his remaining living parent count. Having sentenced his greatest enemy Slade to an eternity contemplating the origin of the word Mirakuru, Oliver must now rebuild his family company while continuing to defend the disaster magnet he calls a home city. Despite all these hardships, Oliver at least has his plucky hacker sidekick to lean on, Felicity Smoke on the Water. Early episodes show them going on dates, getting romantically involved, before it's revealed that this is all being done just to make sure Slade really bought their act last season. Felicity, smoke him if you got him, seems to be a fan favorite though, and is living out the vicarious dreams of her fanbase as she is courted by multiple chiseled chunks of man meat. One of these fine specimens is Ray Palmer, the new head of Queen Consolidated. Out of habit, he immediately breaks up the main crime-fighting couple of the series. But what of some of our other favorite characters? Laurel returns, and after her struggles last season to gain sobriety, struggles this season to gain a character. Fan favorite Deadshot moves from the Suicide Squad to the Depression Support Squad, and Diggle witnesses the birth of his son Diglett, making their family something of a Doug trio. We know Malcolm, Merlin, and Thea ran off together, and this season embark on an 80s training montage. Merlin was proud when Thea tried to shoot him last season, and grows ever more thrilled as her attempts to kill him get increasingly creative. Arrow would of course be incomplete without its flashback sequences, and this time we get to see the time that Oliver spent in Hong Kong. Many of us have been wondering how Oliver learned flawless Chinese and Russian, and were riveted watching all the time he spends alone in his room with Rosetta Stone. Oliver learns Kung Fu from secret agents Toshi and Akiko, who, by being Japanese in Hong Kong, stifle most Americans' abilities to tell Asians apart. Back in Starling City, Oliver thought he had dispatched all of his greatest threats. That is proven false though as a new villain rises, and Oliver realizes that his trademark hood may be a liability against the diabolical George Zimmerman. That's it for Spoiler Alert. Tell me what you want reviewed in advance next, and until then, don't say I didn't warn you.